Hello. So if you're watching this on YouTube, because I'm going to start putting these on my YouTube channel again now because I keep forgetting, then hi, this is recorded live in my Facebook group, so ignore all the liveness of this. I've just realised I've got no mascara on and no lashes and no nothing. I'm just here. Anyway, so hello, good morning. It is Monday. I usually come live a little bit later, so I don't know if any of you will be on. Sometimes there's the usual kind of people who are around at that time on a Monday. I wasn't here last Monday, so sorry about that, but I am here now. That's what matters. So I'm going to talk today about how to, I can't remember what I just titled it, how to lessen or how to quieten, which I probably spelled wrong, your intrusive thoughts. That's the topic. Let me just check that is the topic for today. Yes. So, I don't know how I could just rabbit it on about anything. You guys don't know what I've wrote down, do you? So, can you tell I don't plan these? So I'm like, that's the title. Now let's just go for it. So I really struggled with intrusive thoughts. If you don't know what intrusive thoughts, which can be massive, I had no idea, but I did at the same time, because I'd already qualified as a counsellor before I started struggling, or before I started realising that I was struggling with my mental health, or that I had a long-term mental illness, which is BPD, borderline personality disorder, or some people know it as emotionally unstable personality disorder. And I'd learned about intrusive thoughts, knew what they were and all that sort of thing, but still when they was happening to me, I still spent years and years and years not realising a lot of the thoughts I had in my head were classed as intrusive thoughts. Like, it was just my head, surely. I got to the point where I completely believed that my abuser was living in my head. And for me, that was my dad. Obviously, I was having no contact with them from this point on since I was younger. But to me, I had no idea if there was alive or dead and things like that. And I was like, they're literally in my head. Like, I have gone that far down the line that I'm hearing his voice. It's in my head. Like, it's not an intrusive thought. It's that they're in my head. They're talking to me. And that's how bad it got for me. And I kept it quiet for so long. So I just want to firstly say what actually is an intrusive thought. An intrusive thought is defined as a thought that is unwanted, that comes into your mind out of the blue, that is not a wanted thought for you, that you don't like, that scares you, that doesn't feel like it's you, where you think, how can I have just thought that? Like, how can I be thinking things like that? And I go into more detail about that elsewhere, but for now I just want to give a quick kind of inspirational type tip on how to start lessening those intrusive thoughts, because that's what we all want to know really, is okay, so the thoughts that I have that I don't like, that scare the absolute bejeebers out of me, that make me feel like I'm such a terrible mum because of the thought I've just had, or makes me feel like such a terrible person because of the thought I've just had. How do we kind of stop that from happening? And there's kind of a two-pronged answer, but one of the answers that I want to talk to you about today is, and it sounds really obvious, but it is not easy, and that's opening up. That's opening up and talking about them. Basically not doing what I did and spending all them years of not sharing what was going on in my head, to the point where then I couldn't even help myself in the midst of it and be like, next, an intrusive thought. Okay, right, come on, let's get control of this now. So if you don't talk about it, even if you're qualified in this profession, you cannot then start to deal with it. And I'm not saying opening up about intrusive thoughts is easy. It is not. It really isn't. And it's about finding someone you feel safe to open up to about them intrusive thoughts, and where you don't feel like you are going to be judged on them intrusive thoughts, because those thoughts are not you. They don't define you in any way, shape or form. They are not you. The same way if someone breaks their leg, they are not now their broken leg. That doesn't define who they are. They are a person and they've got a leg injury. That is the same when it comes to intrusive thoughts. They do not define you. They do not represent you. The fact that they're intrusive shows that that isn't you. That isn't who you are at the core and at the soul of who you are. But talking about them really helps to lessen them. The more you talk about them, the more you voice them and bring them into, like, the world out here, like as if you can see it on my hand. Can you see that thought? No. But the more you talk about it and bring it out, so much happens then. So much happens. And it's not just that age-old saying of a problem shared is a problem halved. It's more than that, because your mind then starts doing so many different things and you're like, okay, no, I don't connect with this thought. This thought isn't me. And it really, can I say that anymore? Helps to lessen the amount of intrusive thoughts you have. And that was something that kind of surprised me a bit, is thinking, oh my gosh, even just speaking about them is making them less. There was so much more I needed to do in order to quieten them down dramatically, but also mainly reduce the power as well. So speaking about them to someone you feel safe to speak to them about, to someone who you feel is not going to judge you, to someone who you feel is going to understand, but then and to yourself as well. Journaling about them is huge. If you don't feel like you can speak to somebody about it, if you don't feel like you've got anybody that you can speak to about it, journal about it, talk to yourself about it. That is also really helpful. But then there's other work that you can do to dramatically reduce the power that them thoughts have, so that no longer does that thought take over so much and dominate and cause the emotions that they're causing. You can have that thought the same way you have a thought about, oh, what should I have for tea tonight? Do I order takeaway or do I cook? It'd have the same weight behind it as any other thought, basically. And all that sort of stuff is what I do within my Stronger Than Your Mind Academy, or obviously in one-to-one sessions. But at the minute, there is still spaces for my one-to-one. There is spaces for one-to-ones, but there's also spaces for the Stronger Than Your Mind Academy. And there is a whole unit, a whole topic, sorry, I'm speaking through my nose, a whole topic on intrusive thoughts. We look at what they are and go into a bit more detail than what I did at the start of this. We look at how they're happening for you, how they're showing up, and then we look at taking control of them, like talking about them. And there's a whole workbook attached to get you to start talking about them. Obviously there's the Facebook support group as well, where you know then that you're around safe, like-minded, non-judgmental people like myself and the other butterflies that are in there who are amazing. I love my butterflies so much. And then there's the workbook to work through to start opening up as well as. So that is my quick tip for Monday on how to lessen your intrusive thoughts. I will pop a link in the box below here on Facebook with the Academy details. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then there will be in the, whatever it's called on YouTube, the description box thing in there as well as. Please do let me know live on the Facebook and in the... You can comment as well, can't you, on YouTube, what your biggest takeaways from this video, or just comment emoji to let other people know that you are having intrusive thoughts, that we can start to say, oh, hang on, it isn't just me. Look at all these emojis on here. So that is it for me. I feel like I thought I was drinking out of nothing then. I was like, is it open or not? I feel like I've talked really fast today. So if I have, I apologise, and hopefully if you're watching me with the subtitles on, the subtitles have managed to keep up with my speed and my accent. Good luck with that, Mr. Subtitle Machine. And yes, find out more about the Academy and let's help you to take control of your moods and emotions and take control of them intrusive thoughts, so that you can be stronger than your mind. And it'd be amazing to welcome you as one of my butterflies. So the link with all the information on is in the comments box below. Oh, I can't talk today. The comments box below, or the description box below. Did it eventually, didn't we?